The Two Angry Vets podcast with our three veterans. We're going to let you know a little bit about them all. This is our first podcast. We're all super excited.
I am Shane from Wigan. I joined the regiment, so the 912th Royal Lancers 2009, and then later on in time was the Royal Lancers in 2015 with these two maniacs. Good service, seen some operational tours, done some United Nations tours, and been lucky enough to do some great courses and meet some great people. I've been me about 18 months coming on. I'm trying to find a way how to get this journey going easier and better. I've had struggles since I came out, the boys have struggles as well, and many people do. We need a community, and the idea of this pod is to create a community for ourselves, to go forward together, back as a team like we once was, and hopefully if we can just help one person in this journey, then it's a success.
Tom Ridgway in the middle, looking beautiful.
As always.
Tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Yeah, I'm Tom Ridgway, known as Ridge. Not Fridge. Fridge, whatever you want.
Raider.
Yeah, we've got it all, keep them coming. Yeah, I joined in 2014, joined the Royal Lancers, got out in Jan 2020. So been out about 5 years now, thinking about it. Time's flown, but like I said, still trying to find a feet in the world. And this is what this pod's all about, really. Getting like-minded people together to talk about their experiences, their ups and downs, and try and help people through it. And have a laugh at the end of the day, really. Everyone's got a story to tell. And us squaddies are full of absolutely funny stories. Get yourselves down if you're ever up here. We'll be asking for people to come down and sit with us and talk through some stuff. But
last but not least.
Yeah, I'm Tom Sheridan, also known as Shez. Shez, that's it. The Slimmer Tom. They sat there with a comfort pillow.
He's hiding the...
Anyway, so Tom was in the Royal Lancers with these two fine gentlemen. Done 6 years service whilst I was there, massive proud day for me. I joined purely for love of my country. Didn't have any family that was ever in the regiment or in the army at all. Went to custody sunny Cyprus along with these two, avoided that one just like he did when he come up to our place for a brew. But yeah, I've been out myself now, I believe about 2.5 years, and what this podcast, as these lads have said, is talking about the hard times. I've had, I think, 4 jobs since I've left. Finally now on a gas course, looking to really push on and make a career since, I haven't got anything at the moment, but hoping that I can have something in the future.
So now we've met the lads, what we're going to do, the topic of this pod is resettlement. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a little bit of a chat about resettlement and what that means to the lads, and they're going to talk you all through it if anybody doesn't know. So Tom, Ridge, tell us a bit about resettlement, mate.
So resettlement's something that you're entitled to after serving. So once you can serve for your 4 years up to your full career, and obviously you're entitled to a different amount of resettlement, which goes towards courses or anything you might want to do on Civvy Street in the future. Obviously, Shane, you just come out the most recent, and it's all on you, eh?
Yeah, I think so. For me, you get different entitlements. For myself, after serving after the amount of time I did, I'm entitled to £6,000 in total, which is spread over 3 years, so 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. And I think they'll pay up to 80% of the course of up to £2,000. So say the course is £1,000, you've got to pay 20% towards it, which I think is really good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
It is.
It would have been a massive help for us. Like we on this gas course, that said, we tried to get funding through the government, and that just don't work out.
Well, yeah, I told you about Matt the other day. So yeah. Matt left the regiment at the same time as me. He went to the gas course I was going to do. The career I chose, and it didn't require me to go and do resettlement. But he went and did that, and he's now got 4 vans on the road, a couple of apprentices, and he's smashing it. The course was a lot; he had to put a lot to it. It'd be great if the military could put a little bit more towards stuff. However, it is an helping hand, and it does really help. But one thing I will speak for, what I did do, was the career transition course, which is a week, the one I use in Catterick. Yeah. It's a week in there, and for someone like myself, it's brilliant. I'm not technical, I'm no good with laptops and all that.
Wigan fingers, mate.
And Wigan fingers, yeah. But, for example, making a CV, we've never had to do.
Do you think that the quality of the CVs is that good? Because I went and done mine with them, and then I went back to my dad's wife, who actually redone it a lot better.
She can spell.
You say a lot better, but my argument is you get an online login for 6 months, it's free.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good system. What you do basically it's squaddie proof. Basically, we can type in what we want on a CV, and then this will grade every topic on the CV. And it'll say you've got too many words here, not enough here. This part needs this much. This segment needs you to have that included. So it tests it all the way through. And because when you send a CV to a company now, half the time it doesn't get.
I
to a
don't think
company.
they get read.
No, half the time it doesn't get to a company. It goes through an automated AI system. And if it passes the AI screening,
box, innit?
if it passes the screening, then the employer will see it. So you're talking
it's
about 120
all
might get
I
through.
think you're always better at interviews anyway.
Yeah, but the CV has to get you the interview.
No, I get that.
But I think for me, I think the transition course was really good for that. It helped me. I'd never made a CV really.
Did the army tell you about that?
Yes,
I've never heard of that.
The army taught you one, and you don't have to be signed off to run it.
No, you don't.
So serving soldiers, you can actually go and apply and do this course. I know there's one in Catterick, like I say, and they're all over the country, I'd imagine. And it's really good. But on my course, there were people who are like just thinking of leaving the next 2 years, you know, like towards the end of a full career. And we learned a lot on it, and we learned there's a lot about how companies advertise jobs. The way they do it, there's a black market as such, as they say, and the way they advertise jobs now.
Yeah.
And there really is, you know, where you apply and the way they reach out, it's cheaper for them to get a recruiter to reach out to individuals than it is to interview 100 people.
So one thing I'll say on the matter, like you said then, do you think it's advertised well enough to the actual troops at the moment that they can get this, they can get that? Because I only found out
They
today.
don't want you to know, do they? It's
But I
I
don't know. Yeah, I think sometimes. Well, a lot of people have that opinion that maybe they don't want to help you because they want you to stay.
I was told to sell my car because I wouldn't be able to afford it. Like
what? When
I left.
What, just in finances?
Just when you need to sell your car.
I mean, that's nice.
I think what you're saying though, Shez, is you're right. You're right to a point. Things aren't advertised. I know when I
think
got
they put it in Soldier magazine.
well, when I was telling people,
no one reading
because most can't read.
Yeah.
What did you say?
But anyway, for example, when I got my 11,000 or 12,000 pound when I left, everyone associates that with your half pension.
Yeah, no, it's
It's known in the army, wide amongst all military services, I imagine. This is your half pension. It has nothing to do with your pension whatsoever. Nothing. It's a resettlement grant you will get if you served, I think it's over 10 years or 12 years. You will get that grant. It is nothing to do with resettlement.
You're entitled.
Sorry, it's nothing to do with pension.
You're entitled even if you serve 4 years. You're just obviously a smaller portion.
No, that's your learning
Yeah,
credit.
you're not about the half
Then you're
pension.
learning credit. But after 12 years, right?
You get the half pension.
You get exactly what you think the half pension. It's a resettlement grant.
Yeah.
And it is to help you transition, which I do think is really, really good. It came in handy for me. Maybe you're leaving the military, you're leaving a pad, and you've got a lot of bills to pay.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you've got to put 6 months rent on a place. And so I do think the military has got that part right. So I do think things are advertised. I think army lists get in the way.
I mean, even alright. So for instance, the resettlement fairs, I think are brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. But when I went to my resettlement fair, I think I went to 4 different ones because they're over the year.
That was only to get you out of PT though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go.
Convenient, none of them was on a Wednesday sports afternoon, was it? Never. It was always Seals PT or a Monday morning, RFT or something.
Well, exactly. God, can you blame me? Resettlement, yeah. Cheers. See you later. But no, one thing I'll say is, I felt a little bit like one thing that you've gone from, and obviously probably the same with you two. You've gone from the army. It's all you know, really, because you come straight from school. I'd done an apprenticeship before, but I was still a kid when I sort of joined. Do you know what I mean? One thing I think is, I was sat there and thinking everyone's coming over to me, and I think I applied for about 50 jobs. And I didn't know what half of them were. Yeah. And a lot of them do come over and try and get you.
Did you feel you weren't qualified for any of them though?
Yeah, I didn't know. I ended up doing when I left, working for a dentist company, fixing autoclaves and dentist chairs. Didn't fix my teeth.
Do your dentist a favour, not them bastards.
And I'll do your dentist a favour and knock them bastards out. Capiche?
I just went into that because they just got back to me and I thought, oh yeah, so I want to do that. Truth be told, it was something that I really didn't enjoy, and I just went and done it, and then after 6 months, I think I ended up just leaving it.
So let's talk about other jobs you've had. So you've had that job, there's one for example. Yeah. What are the other jobs you've had?
Worked at the airport.
Alright, what are you doing at the
I
airport?
feel a lot safer knowing that you're not working at the airport.
So I was on the headsets. headsets, taking back the plane, starting up the engines on the runway. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Imagine
Yeah.
sat there with your family. Oh, I can't wait to go to
You're like
Tenerife.
that. And
you
you
look
what?
out and
Anyone who knows
Chevy's there
Chez.
kicking the tyres. You're
Yeah.
like, get me off this
There's
plane.
first parade of Boeing 747. Yeah, it's so mad.
You actually did as the headset man.
The guys who know you wouldn't let him guide a vehicle on a tank park.
You did actually have to do like a first parade on it as it come in before it went out.
Wow.
He
And
pulled the
that was
dipstick
me.
out.
We walked round and checked. You do the final checks before the planes.
Okay, so luckily you left that job.
Yeah.
What happened next?
What happened next was I sort of fell into something that was really good and enjoyed it, but they had to make redundancies. I worked for a company that fixed Volvo trucks. That was really good, something I actually did enjoy. And then I ended up meeting a con man who screwed me over a little bit. And
It wasn't him, was it?
no,
Alright.
I already knew it. That con man.
He already knows the concept.
Yeah.
And then obviously
You
now,
recognise the guy, wouldn't you?
and now, only 2.5 years later, I've decided I'm doing my gas course, and it's something that, you know, at the time, I don't think was offered to me. Maybe that's because I didn't have as much as you, maybe, I don't know. But that's something that now, you know, I can really, I see myself doing. And it's something that I think is going to be, like, really good and
Go on,
a
Scotty.
proper career for me.
So with resettlement, sorry to butt in. So with resettlement, do you get more with the higher rank you are?
It's more with time served.
More with time
It's
served.
More
more
with time
so
served.
not the rank. You could
Be a Queen's
you could
Trooper.
finish the Queen's Trooper and do full service and never promote. Like Chez would
That would have been me.
What did you say? 3 promotion bands?
Yeah.
However, it's on time served. So after 6 years you get a basis. After 8, after 12, and so on and so
Right,
on.
okay. That makes sense.
Before we change subject, let's go on to you. So you left. What jobs have you had?
So I went working for my dad for a bit in a warehouse, which, bless him, it was the best thing for me at the time, just to get me back into employment before like my head kind of fell off really. And it was kind of, he's told me this. I think he kind of put me in it because he knew that I wouldn't want to stick at it there, because it just wasn't anything that sat there thinking, watching, scrubbing metal, mate. It were awful, but it was. I got paid. And it just probably was that kick up the arse that I needed. So then obviously started looking.
Yeah, get you looking.
And I got into cash security. So I was basically filling cash machines up.
He's got a picture of it on his t-shirt.
Hey,
Top pocket.
top pocket.
Pocket cash.
Yeah, so did that for a bit. That was alright, but COVID kind of started then. Shift pattern changed, and it was just weren't ideal. And then I ended up working for like utility companies, and then I kind of fell into my locksmithing, which is what I'm doing now, as you boys know. Which is mint. I love it, working for yourself. But it's still not enough.
Do you not see career longevity in that?
No, I can see it.
It's a job, not a career.
It's the job. Sometimes you're busy, sometimes you're sat at home to like going, because it's a call out thing. Not everybody needs a locksmith, and most people can live with the handles broke, or will live with it, and so they don't want to be spending the money.
Sorry, a massive thing that people don't realise is I left the army because I wanted to be at home a lot more.
Yeah.
But then you get home and like you do, Shane, shift work.
Yeah.
And then you don't realise, I think, I'll be at home. So the big reason I left the airport was because it was like Friday, Saturday night, 14 hours. It was like 16 hours all day.
But everyone loves the weekends, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. So, and then my missus works through the week.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, God, that doesn't work. But I left the army thinking, oh, I work Monday to Friday, piece of piss.
Yeah.
You do, don't you?
I don't think it's
You
necessarily
absolutely do.
being at home. I think it's being with your family. It's that thing of knowing I'm going to be home this weekend.
It's being able to
Not knowing
exactly.
he's going to fuck
It's-
up and
it's
I'm going to
being-
lose my weekend
It's
because
being
of
able
it.
to, you're in control to a point.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
pick a job what works those days and those hours.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the military, it's kind of decided for you. Like one of the posts we put on the pages, gets to Friday, you think you're going home.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then next minute you're going down to Salisbury, Warminster.
Yeah,
fucking-
I was telling Shez, right, honestly, it was bank holiday weekend, and it was a Friday, right, and Troop Sergeant at the time rings me up, just getting in my fucking outfit to go out, and he goes, what are you doing this weekend, Ridge? And I go, I was about to go on the piss, Sarge. And he goes, no you're not, you're going to Canada for 3 months on Monday. And I went, what? And he went, get your bags. I went, what's happened? He went, He went, one of the guys that was meant to go, because we're going attached to the Royal Welsh, he didn't realise he needed a passport to go to Canada. And I went, are you joking? So I went, why have I been dicked? He went, well, because you loved it so much last time. He went, oh,
You did so well before you can go again.
no, don't get me wrong, it's Canada's mint.
Oh yeah,
but,
awesome. Yeah.
But that's it, it's a shit dicking last minute.
Alright, so carry on with subject in before we got
What did
wildly
you do?
off. I'm still in the same job. I didn't really know what being a level 3 engineer was, so it's something we got in the regiment once you've done your commanders and stuff.
Yeah.
You become a level 3 engineer, but no one really tells you. This is back onto the subject of the army not wanting you to know. What is it to retain?
I think we'd have level 2.
Yeah, you guys level 2, so but
You can't, but sorry to interrupt you. The thing with work, it's well and good having your level 2, right?
You need level 3 for most jobs.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
No, but working on, say, CVRT, and then you go and get a mechanic working on modern cars, you get there.
This is what I'm going to tell you now, yeah.
You go, where's the fuck, what's all this electric
what
shit?
is that?
What is that?
Yeah, so I had this level 3 qual and I had a mate who said that I can get you a job at X, Y, and Z. A mega amazing job, amazing money. I'm blessed and grateful for what I do. Mechanical engineering. But I got there and I'm like, there's all these fancy tools and power tools, and I'm like,
that isn't over 70 years old.
And the guy's like, grab this such and such a thing, drill. I'm like,
What is oil not leaking?
I'm like, hey, I'm used to a knuckle bar.
Hey.
And that was going up someone's ricker half the time anyway. But like, you know, it was a massive jump. I had to learn a lot in at the deep end, but I think as squaddies, that's how we do it anyway.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
over a period of time, I got there and I smashed it up, and I've been there now 17 months. I started there a week after I left the gates of the regiment.
Do you think you find yourself getting too comfortable now you're on Civvy Street? Like in your job, like
you clearly have.
I don't know you dare.
I think I've lost a different mindset. I think obviously you guys knew me in the military. I was driven. I love things. I'd go on any course, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Any course going.
We always couldn't wait for Shane to go on the course. Fuck, he's gone.
Yeah.
I can sit and monger.
Where's your boots, Jez? I don't have any boots, so they're not polished, I just don't have any.
Yeah, but yeah, I was green as it's going to come, wasn't I? I loved it. I lived the military. And a lot of that's still in me, and I think that's where I've lost a lot of drive getting out now. There's a lot to compare it to.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of veterans, the RAF boys, mainly most of them. And it's different because we have very different lifestyles to the RAF, tools, everything like that. So to us, no disrespect at all, but the more, and they'll say a lot, like I said, the more in a civilian role, all the time, they do shift work. Wow, we just do whatever someone says.
Told.
Whatever you're doing.
You're sleeping under
in the army, you're a reconnaissance soldier, you're a paint and decorator, you're a gardener, you're a mechanic, you're a fucking warrant officer's babysitter or something.
Yeah.
Like you're whatever you're told, aren't you? And I think they don't have that.
Gadget, Christmas Day, fucking get in there. I really didn't want to go and see my family this Christmas.
So it's anyone with it? So, news of the week then, over to you in the studio, Chess.
So, today, 3 hot topics of stuff that's happened in the week in this week's Newsly segment of News of the Week. John Healey has promised that the British Army will be 10 times more lethal. Will it now? Who knows? Current British regular serving soldiers is sitting at 70,000 troops, the lowest it's been since the Napoleonic Wars. This is an absolute disgrace. What do you think? The Home Guard are going to be modelled on the Army Reserves. What do we think about this? Should they be protecting the airports or should they be looking after our ports? After all, mass immigration is a serious issue in this country. We are looking at mass immigration. And the final one that I've got for you today is David Coote, disgraced Premier League footballer. Should he be allowed to live a life of luxury or should he be working as a job such as every? If you ask me, the man's making a living, the man's looking after his family, leave the man alone. And that's your weekly roundup of News of the Week. Back to you lads in the studio.
Alright, so thank you for that then, Shez. Back in the studio now then. So let's discuss some of these issues then. So we're looking at the number of soldiers serving in the British Army. I know when I joined, the Army was at 120,000 strong, and the aim by 2020 was to be at 82,000 troops, using reserves to add to the numbers.
Bump it up. I don't think it's ever reach that amount of number.
And we're now at what number?
7,000.
7,000. So wow, that's all.
Who's
So we're not actually classed as an army no more, are we?
So regular serving soldiers is sitting at 70,000. That's the lowest it's been since, like I said, the Napoleonic War.
It's a fucking Russian battalion.
Do you think?
And 20% ends on the biff as well.
So the Russian reserves is 85,000.
85,000.
So put that into.
Yeah, they're all asleep.
Yeah, they are.
That sounds an old camp the way you said that.
And they're all hiding in London in cafes and stuff. But no, one thing I think that's a massive issue is I don't think it's the fact that people don't want to fight for their country because they don't love it. I just think it's genuinely, I think people hear the stories of when people leave, how much they struggle. And I think that puts a lot of people off joining these days. The government don't help. You know, I seen a story the other week about a man that went into the job centre, was asking for help and helps.
I agree with you. I also think it's. Do you remember back in the day the adverts for the army?
Yeah.
They were cool as fuck.
Yeah, do you know what?
And you sit there and you go, I want to do that.
Little do you know, you sat there.
I was going to say this. I think reasons for joining. I think that's something we can touch on right now within this subject. Like, why did you join SWAT? I know for me, I can remember the day, exact day to a T, I decided to join the army. I was getting ready for school, so I was still in school, probably like, year 8 school.
Yeah.
I remember watching...
Did any of you go cadets?
No.
I went for a bit.
I wasn't touched as a kid, so no. But I watched the news, the news was the Iraq War, and the TV at 6:30 in the morning on GMTV was a black screen live feed, and you see red glows from the bombings and stuff. And the bottom right of the screen was a tally, and it was a number of dead soldiers dying.
Yeah.
And I remember every day as a kid watching this number going up, and naively thinking, I can make a difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what they need?
I wanted to join from that purpose, from that day on, and I always had the idea I'm going to do it.
So TV adverts.
But no, I think current times, I think conflicts, I think, like I said, for me, it was, I felt a need, maybe something patriotic. I want to go
So
and do
the
something.
country needed you then to help.
Yeah, just me specifically, yeah.
No, but all jokes, that's brilliant fucking soldiers. Like you, like I said, you've been on tour and you've done that. I'm being nice for a minute. No, but do you know what I also think a massive thing is? Like the generation nowadays, when we were joining 16 to 18.
Do you think the people have changed?
Mate.
Do you think the people have changed?
Mate,
though?
listen to this. He's just told me before outside.
Yeah.
Fuck me, Jesus.
I go in every day, the recruiter got an iPod, and it was, how would you rate your sleep from 1 to 10? Did your couple interrupt your sleep? Did training get in the way of your sleep? How is your mood? How do you feel? I'd have to go in every day and score all 12 of my section and summarise it. I'd do it every day. Yeah, listen to this, and if I hadn't done that, I'd get it.
Yeah,
So you're saying then, basically,
it's the generation, the generational thing.
I mean, I remember joining and, there was people that in second troop under the troop sergeant at the time, and I'm on about blonde hair, muscly, fit PTI from Nottingham.
You fancy
No, but what I'm saying is, I didn't know if we were saying names.
Yeah, we'll say-
And another guy that was blonde that went bald.
Yeah, that's Dan Wilson.
Yeah. One thing I'll say is, when I first got to Richmond, you look at them people and you can look up to them. Do you know what I mean? And yourself. I will blow some up. Do you know what I mean? People will go in now. That there isn't that.
No,
I don't
So
know.
I
You're not going to fall through now.
Yeah.
The line stacks now.
I think it's the people coming in now. But and also the issue is, it's been in the news recently as well. It's obviously not part of this topic, but relevant. People getting in shit for something that they've done 30 years ago, that the government then...
Yeah, maybe that's some sort of people off.
Yeah,
I mean, so to summarise, so we believe that people aren't joining the army because of government and just purely because of
no one's trying to go fight. No one is trying to go fight.
So that's what we've come to.
Yeah.
So another subject that was on there, I don't know if you've seen this, but David Coote, the Premier League referee who got caught apparently taking cocaine at a house party, got banned.
Did they ever prove that it was coke?
I don't know, but he got banned from being a Premier League referee. This man, and this is how it relates to the army, lost his job through drugs, and now news outlets such as like the Daily Mail that I've seen, he's working for every now, and he's getting people taking pictures of him and taking a piss out. I think it's wrong because I think this man's simply now just trying to.
He's just trying to move on with his life, isn't he?
He's had his.
I'm not being funny though. Like Premier League refs, like big up, like fair play to them. They reached the top level of that they can get.
Yeah, you've got to.
They're not exactly A-list celebrity.
Why is that making the news?
Why they are?
Why is it making the news?
I feel sorry for him, right? Yeah. But I agree with him. Jurgen Klopp's a fucking prick. But the other thing is, he sat there. Whatever's gone on between the guy that was videoing him, clearly on the slide.
Finger camera on the door.
A ring doorbell.
Ring doorbell they did him with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know.
No. I mean, that was for the everything.
Oh, the actual part. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have been, yeah, he's obviously been roped into doing something and then people have filmed him doing it.
Unless they come in and can prove that, that's cool. But I think it's 50-50. But he has.
Sorry, how we relate back
Oh, yeah, he's from Wigan, isn't he?
People losing the army, people losing their jobs in the army through drugs, they all deserve a second chance. This man deserves a second chance. He shouldn't be getting taken a piss out by the social media outlets.
Yeah.
Maybe not a second chance within that.
No,
The court of public opinion is worse than anything else.
Yeah.
But he's made a mistake. We've all been there. I've made mistakes, and ones that have impacted me massively.
Yeah, so we all agree you should be able to crack on with life. Everyone's on it.
Why do they ask what he's up to?
Once punishment's been done,
The public criticised him for doing that. He lost his job through it, and now he's getting posted everywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to wake up, look at that, and go, "I'm not going to fucking work today." And his kids are on beans again.
no cunt gets the parcels in time.
Exactly. So
Not for effects.
the last one that I was mentioned, not me, it was Tom in the studio. But the last one is so the last one was the Home Guard. What do we all think about this? If you don't know what that is, the Home Guard is basically going to model it off of the Army Reserves, and they're going to be. Have you seen it? It's almost like a national service, but not national service. You join up, but they're mainly there to protect the airports, which I think is a bit.
Is that not what reference is?
Sorry for reference, guys. But,
I think it's a bit mad choosing that to protect, obviously, other things such as
Manchester Airport?
Stuff like that.
You from working.
But they have, they have security teams, so why not use something like that with a massive problem that is going on in this country to maybe do the port and stuff like that?
we need to use these people. If we're going to create such a force, that needs to be used within the current issues we have in the country.
Yes.
Not policing and doing low-level jobs of airports and stuff like that.
What they need to do? Money
We need to put more into
the
the airport service or something like that.
No, I totally agree. So I think we'll be moving on now, Tom. Everyone's happy with the news of the week.
So this next segment is the quiz. So for our quiz, what we're going to do a quiz every week, and every week there's going to be a forfeit, which will be done in the next podcast. So the forfeit for this next quiz is going to be, we're going to put in a choice of 3 tattoos, and the loser is going to be getting one of them. So we want our viewers to pick which tattoo down in the comments. And what we do is the loser gets that tattoo on the next podcast.
No penises.
So
You got one.
So we're going to start.
Oh, shit.
Right, and it's 20 questions.
Wow.
Rules, boys, is if you ding the bell, no one else speaks.
Ding the
You
bell.
have
I've been eating that bell the size of
Leave this out of its one.
to- So if you ding the bell, you be quiet. You don't answer if you've not rang the bell.
Sorry, you ring the bell,
And then
you
you
can't
answer.
again.
If you get it wrong.
You get it wrong.
No, you can't hit it again, is what I'm
It's
saying.
not smack at week, man.
So no one knows. No one knows. You can't hit it twice. Wrong. You can't then sit back and then go, oh, I think.
No,
No, right, if you get it wrong, you sit
You
back
wrote that
and
round.
If you get it wrong, it goes.
Are we recording this? We're here because, wow, this is...
Yeah, we are recording, yeah.
Yeah, so by the way, these two are mentally downgraded.
Fucking him.
Question number 1. Question number 1. Which war had harmed the British reputation before 1793?
Battle of Hastings.
That's 1066.
1066.
Fuck me. It's between Shane and Ridge.
Can you repeat the questions?
So which war harmed the British reputation before 1793?
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, wow. It's a bit about my time.
Just a bit. I have no idea.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Are we talking Florence Nightingale?
No, that's Crimea.
I don't know when this is. I don't know when. How much?
I'm gonna go for it. Korea.
Korea.
We got one, Shane.
That's why you lost your career.
Shane.
The Battle of the Crusades.
Was it the Napoleonic War?
No, it's the War of Independence, American War of
What?
Independence.
Okay, yeah, we did. Wow, this is like...
Yeah, I thought
This is a lot harder than what I thought.
I thought I was walking away with this.
So, during the American War of Independence, how were all soldiers recruited?
Wow, one.
If
on.
they could ride an horse.
No.
No.
By a post.
By a post. What, like letters?
Letters.
No.
They were told.
Right, boys. Question 3. What colour are black boxes on aeroplanes?
Red.
That was Tom.
That was me.
Was it you?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it wasn't. They're not red though.
What?
Black.
Keep going. No.
Orange.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Keep
on.
Closer.
You all sweating my hand.
Which singer jumped into a giant pink cake at the end of a MTV Latin America Awards performance?
Selena Gomez.
Hips don't lie.
What did he say?
Ariana Grande.
No, it's Katy Perry.
Oh, I was gonna say
what
it.
you said, but no.
Right, this is a yes or no.
Right.
There is a town in Canada called Dildo.
Yes.
True. You spent a lot of time there.
It was over one, wasn't it? 50%.
In what comedy sketch show would you hear the line, yeah, but no, but?
That was definitely me.
Quick, get some.
This
This is why they don't use bells during a quiz.
There's always one.
Wouldn't Shane normally make you lot clean up?
Oh yeah. Wait, he's got no rank now.
So just a quick one. Has anybody answered? Because I'm ready to go.
Oh, wait, hang on.
I'll fight you for it.
Right, what we're going to have to do is shout your last name for this next one.
I'm yours. Christy.
Bell had disappeared. So let's.
Alright.
So let's. As soon as I read this question, make your noise or whatever you want to say. In which comedy sketch show would you hear the line "Yeah, but no, but"?
Yo, say it.
I'm just answering it.
Is it Little Room?
Yes.
Clearly
You
shouted.
said you've got to finish the
I answered the question a minute ago before that one.
Hey, I'll take it. I've got 2, Tom's got 0. Shane's on 1.
Which next question? Which comedian is known for roasting celebrities while presenting award ceremonies? Go.
Jimmy Carr.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Yes!
That's what I meant.
Yeah, but you didn't say
Oh
that.
No
no.
lies.
Next question. What was Walt Disney afraid of?
Yo. Oh fuck. Dying.
Spiders.
No, but it's a
Yes.
creature.
Mice.
Yep.
What?
Magic Mickey Mouse. So I know this. He made mice friendly, so he tried to getting over his fear of it.
That's what you do with women, isn't it?
And next next question. What is the name of the fear of being laughed at?
Lephophobia.
No idea.
This is a difficult one. No, it's called gelatophobia.
Yeah.
Should have known.
Did you order that?
For a kebab shop.
Talk about for a snack.
Gelato. Right, this is a true or false, so remember your noises. There's a town in Poland called Succotit.
True.
False. No, it's false.
Yes.
Is it?
It's false.
Well, you told everyone the answer.
No, they don't get a point.
It's yes or no.
I think this is.
Right, who was the first ever host of the British Comedy Awards?
Bill Connolly.
Nope.
John Collins.
No. Don't whisper, Savile.
It wasn't
Makes it
for a
worse.
I'm a Jack Whitehall.
No, Michael Parkinson.
Not the first one.
It could have been new.
Michael Parkinson.
Michael Parkinson.
What? Right. Remember your noises. What is the correct name for the funny bone?
Yo. Humorous.
There we go.
Fucking comes.
You got 1.
Are you keeping scores?
I'd rather a military quiz on this. I'm out there.
No, you've
Shane,
got 2.
just for reference, that's this bone, mate.
Yeah,
You've got.
I'm
So which comedy actor poured ashes from an urn whilst walking down the red carpet? That's nice. I like.
Yeah, Borough.
Well, the guy who plays Borat.
Yo!
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Wait!
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4, man.
How many you
That is
want?
bollocks.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take
No,
it.
no,
But
no,
just
no,
make
no,
sure you don't lose.
Right, next one.
No one's got the scores.
This is a
I
true.
have 4, 3, 1.
This is a true or false again. There's a village in Wales called Bigavage.
Yo!
True.
Let's check. Reveal answer. It's false.
Does he should lose a point for that?
No, I shouldn't.
You can piss off.
Right. This next question. Which singer once wore an outfit that was entirely made?
Yo! Lady Gaga.
Whoa!
Hey, hang on.
Made
You
of me!
didn't finish the question.
I'm not giving it you.
4!
Didn't-
No
didn't finish the
way!
question.
No
He
way!
was right,
She's still on
but
one.
you just fucking spoilt it for yourself.
Jesus Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my time, but you outdo them all.
You've ruined it for yourself again.
Again.
You jumped it too fast. That time you set it too fast. I fucking preempted it.
Right. Next question. This is another true or false. Get your noises ready.
My noise is yo.
There is a town in India called Kumbum.
True.
Why are you nicking my yo?
It is true. Yeah.
Yes! I'm on 5, baby!
Because you beat.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
No, that's good.
Next question. In what comedy sketch show would you hear the line "Suit you, sir"?
40 towers.
Yo! Steps on to son.
No.
I know the same, but I can't. So sick.
Oh, I know it!
Why did they do it so
I know
long?
it! I know it! I know it!
Yeah.
I
It
know
wasn't
it!
Little Britain, was it?
No.
Honestly, you probably can't won it.
It was the Fast Show.
I won't get that, mate. What a shit.
Right. Next question. What word is spelt wrong in every single dictionary?
Yo!
Go.
Dictionary.
Hippopotamus.
Nope. Think of it logically.
Oh, I know what it is!
What?
Intelligence.
No, the word wrong is spelt wrong in every dictionary.
How many questions are left?
I'm fucking sweating
Right,
now.
next one, true or false. There's a street in England called Slack Bottom.
True.
It is true.
Yes!
How can he
Why
say
does
that
he
noise
know that?
so
All his
fast?
day streets, location, Kumbum, everything.
Because I've been.
Right, next question. Which dog-like animals are said to laugh?
Yo!
Ah!
Hyena.
Why was that you? Why was that you?
Because I beat you.
Mate, you two are you?
I'm
Oh, no,
on
you're
2.
one behind him.
I'm
You're
one
3,
behind him.
aren't you? I'm on 6, man. I'm flying.
God,
Right, oh, this is a good one. Next question. What do you call a female clown?
A clownurus. Clitoris.
Cloness.
Clowness.
No. But just think of along those lines. So you think you might-
clownette.
No.
A clowner.
It might just be a clown.
Fucking clown, yeah.
No, it's called a clunt. Right, this is a true or false, and I reckon Shez's probably gonna get this one. There's a town in France called Pussy Stank.
Yo! False.
It is false.
Come on! Are you drawing? Pulling it back.
Come on, Shane. You can't have the first punishment.
If you shoot fucking yawn, he's got the ones where it's at.
Clearly.
How many questions are left?
Right, as many as I want.
So,
I'm gonna do another 5. Okay.
Oh,
Go
no.
on, let's go.
So
I'll
right, who died during an onstage comedy routine in
Yo.
1984?
That acid if, isn't it?
No, you
No, but
also
you didn't finish.
Well, shut up in with the fucking...
Can I interrupt?
Shut up, Tommy... Shit, what's his name? Tommy, fuck, shut up, Tommy Cooper.
Yeah,
No, he can't have that answer because you didn't finish. You didn't finish the question.
I did.
Yeah. Oh.
Just like that.
I bet.
Tommy Cooper.
Just like
Carry on, you'll be doing your show like him as well.
Right.
Oh, 4 left. Shane's ahead by 1.
Right. Which member of the Black Eyed Peas once urinated themselves on stage?
Yo. Will I am?
No.
Where's me first?
Yes, he
Fergus.
was.
Yeah, it was.
That's two in front of you, that. You big
no.
rhino.
I've got to get the next 3 right.
Which 4-letter word ending in K means the same as intercourse?
Yo.
Fucking chill on this.
Is that actually
Sorry, cabbage.
Fuck.
Nope.
Fucking intercourse.
Oh,
Fucking
so
intercourse.
it's my
Go
go.
on.
Think about this intercourse.
Do you remember that time?
Yeah, once.
Yeah, with your mum.
Ended in K.
4-letter word ended in K.
In fact,
To have intercourse.
Book.
you're 2
Yeah,
ahead.
book.
Right, no, it's talk.
There's only 2 left. You have to win these next 2 to catch up to Shane. If you lose the next point, that's done for you, son.
Dip.
Right, this is a true or false. So you got to say your noise the quickest. Tickling was used as a method of torture by the ancient Romans.
Yo!
True.
Yeah. What have we got? Another 2 questions?
No,
One more.
One more.
I've got to get it to draw.
With Shane and then it's a standoff.
To stand up.
I'm gonna finish this on a. I'm gonna finish this on a true or false.
Oh no.
There's a town in Germany called Spunk.
Yeah! Yo,
It doesn't matter, the question was
It's
answered.
false.
You got it. It's you. Ridge.
So the loser of this quiz this week was
Refrigerator.
Tom Fridge Raider. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick 3 tattoo designs, put them in the video. Down in the comments, I want everyone who watches the video to say which tattoo they would like Mr. Ridge to get next week.
Wow.
And what we'll do is
This is not a nice place to
what
be.
we'll also do is rock paper scissors of where it goes on his body.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, so boys, that's it for this week. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you for coming down to the studio. So we're looking forward to next week. What's our topic of next week? Have we decided?
So next week, I think we talk about, if you would like, finances once leaving the army.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing, and people, we can have a little research about it, and people can see how much different it is from actually being in the army when you don't pay for.
And I think get some interaction from the people as well to tell us how they found it getting out with the finances and stuff.
Any questions?
We are under a big blanket. We don't realise such a blanket we're under. Everyone said that airmen is every fire. It doesn't. But I don't think the army ever teaches you
How to pay your
history, what you will do out there and how tough it can be. You might earn double the money you earned in the army and come out and you don't see it.
So thank you very much.
Yeah. Just before we go, one thing I will say is if you see this podcast or you have us on TikTok, if you want to come down and stay with a tattoo studio, use 2 Angry Vets for a 10% discount down here at the studio. The boys do fucking brilliant work.
We'll do next week on Ridge's ass.
And then so you get involved and you get to watch Ridge get his tattoo for his forfeit.
Be alive.
It'll be on live on TikTok. So if you want to follow the guys on 2 Angry Vets on TikTok, they'll be posting their daily. There'll be lives most nights. It's gonna get a dead cat on him.
Finish up by
Yeah, cheers, boys.
stand easy, and that's it.